Uttarakhand gets a lot of love, and honestly, it deserves every bit of it. But here's the thing, most people visit the same handful of places, take the same photos, and come back thinking they've seen it all. They haven't. Hi, this is Shubhra Krishan, editor of Travel Secrets, and today I'm taking you to 5 sparkling gems of Uttarakhand. Number 1, Munsiari, the little Kashmir of Kumaon. We need you to stop whatever you're doing for a second because this place is absolutely wild. It sits deep in the Pithoragarh district, tucked into a corner of Uttarakhand that borders Nepal and Tibet. And the view from here, 5 snow-capped peaks called the Panchachuli Range, which locals literally call the 5 cooking fires of the Pandavas. I mean, come on. This town isn't just a pretty face, it's the launch pad for some of the most iconic glacier treks in all of India. The Milam Glacier, the Ralam Glacier, the Namik Glacier. Serious stuff. But even if you're not into hardcore trekking, just walking through the village, breathing that air, watching clouds roll below you, that's the whole experience right there. People have been calling Munsiari the Little Kashmir for decades. Once you visit, you'll understand why. And you'll also understand why you're slightly annoyed that nobody told you sooner. Number 2, Chokori, the bowl in the sky. Now, this one has a name that literally describes its shape. Chaukori means square in the local dialect, and this town sits in a bowl-like formation cradled by the Kumaon Himalayas at over 2,000 meters above sea level. The first thing you'll want to do when you arrive is nothing. Just sit, just look. The kind of stillness this place offers is genuinely rare. What makes Chokori different is the tea gardens. You can walk through rows of tea plants in the morning while the Nanda Devi peak catches the first light. And this isn't some tourist performance. It's just how the mornings here work. And the sunrise. I'm not being dramatic when I say photographs don't do them justice. You'll just have to go. If you're looking for a place where time genuinely slows down, where you can have a cup of local tea, watching snow-capped peaks with zero crowds, Chokori is it. Number 3, Kharsu, the hidden hilltop village. This one is for people who want all of Uttarakhand's magic but zero of Uttarakhand's crowds. Sitting at about 1700 meters near Pauri, it is surrounded by thick forests of pine, oak, and deodar, the kind of canopy that filters sunlight into something almost golden. Walk through it in the early morning and you'll feel like you wandered into a fairy tale. There's an ancient temple dedicated to Ghandial Devi here, apple orchards you can stroll through, and views of the Himalayas that'll make you question every life choice that kept you away for this long. Kirsu is only about 15 kilometers from Pauri, which itself is easy to reach, so there's genuinely no excuse not to visit. The thing about Kirsu is that it doesn't try to be anything. It's just quietly, effortlessly beautiful. And in a world of overdeveloped hill stations, that quality is almost revolutionary. Number 4, Lohaghat, the mythological hill town. Okay, history lovers, this one's for you. Lohaghat in the Champawat district is one of those places that carries centuries of stories in its soil. According to local legend, the Pandavas passed through here on their final journey, and the caves, they have limestone formations inside that are said to naturally resemble Hindu deities. It sounds like something out of a travel brochure, except it's completely real. But Lohaghat isn't just mythology. There's also colonial architecture here. The Abbot Mount Church, the Mayavati Ashram, which actually inspired Swami Vivekananda's spiritual journey. The town sits in the Kumaon Hills with pine and oak trees all around, and the climate is cool enough that it's honestly a relief from anywhere in the plains. What you get in Lohaghat is this rare combination: deep history, natural beauty, and almost no tourists. It's one of those places where you can genuinely feel like you've discovered something because, in a way, you have. Number 5, Harsil, the valley that hides on purpose. If you only visit one place from this entire list, let it be this one. Sitting on the banks of the Bhagirathi River in Uttarkashi district, Harsil is the kind of valley that makes you wonder if you accidentally drove into someone's screensaver. Deodar forests, birds literally everywhere, gushing river streams, snow-capped peaks in the distance. It's almost aggressively beautiful. Harsil actively promotes ecotourism, which means it hasn't been commercialized to death. You can trek through the forests and stumble upon hidden waterfalls. You can visit the nearby hamlet of Dharali, about 6 kilometers away, where locals grow some of the best rajma in the entire country. Seriously, the rajma chawal there deserves its own video. There's also Wilson Cottage here, a charming historical property tied to Frederick Wilson, a British hunter who famously fell in love with the valley in the 1800s and never really left, which honestly is a completely understandable reaction. Harsil isn't a trending destination. It is not on every travel influencer's reel, and that, ironically, is exactly why it's still this perfect. So there you have it. 5 towns in Uttarakhand that have been quietly sitting there waiting for someone to show up and actually appreciate them. No massive crowds, no overpriced resorts on every corner, no Instagram queues for the same photo spot. Just honest, breathtaking Himalayan beauty doing its thing. The best time to visit most of these, March to June or September to November. You'll get clear skies, accessible roads, and that golden hour light that makes every photo look like it was shot by a professional. If this video convinced you to reroute your next Uttarakhand trip, drop a comment below with which town you're heading to first. And if you've already been to any of these places, we want to hear about it. What did we miss? Hit subscribe if you're into finding places like this because we are just getting started. See you in the next one.